Okay, so this is going to be one of my favorites. My nan used to make these every Christmas, and I figured I would carry on the tradition since she's not around anymore. We use maraschino cherries. I like a lot of cherries in mine, so I pretty much use the whole jar. It's really up to you. We're going to use a half a cup of evaporated milk, some semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then we're going to roll them in some coconut. You're welcome to add any kind of nuts or anything like that if you guys want. I just don't really care for nuts in mine at all. So I am going to take my cherries and we're going to chop them pretty fine. Okay, so I'm just going to take some of these. There's no easy way to do it. If you have like a food chopper or food processor, by all means use that. I have one, but I just didn't feel like digging it out. And this isn't too bad. So I just like chop them in half and then chop them in half again. Like I said, they don't have to be perfect because we are going to be adding them in to our chocolate chips. So I'm going to cut this and then I will be back after I do. I'm going to do pretty much the whole jar. So we'll see. I will be right back. Mine was a 16-ounce jar. Save the juice. You are also going to need some powdered sugar. I forgot to tell you guys that. My hands are a little bit stained, but what are you going to do? So we're going to take our cherries and set them off to the side. Get our measuring cup, and we're going to do a half a cup of evaporated milk. Okay, so we are going to take our chocolate chips, and we're going to use a full bag. Stick them in there. We're going to add our milk. And then we're going to melt this in the microwave. You can melt it on the stove if you guys are scared of the microwave. You got to be careful when melting chocolate in the microwave just so it doesn't overcook. So I'm going to melt this and then I'll be right back. Make sure to take it out and stir it a couple times before it does melt. Like I said, it happens pretty fast, and I've burnt chocolate really bad before in the microwave. So once we have this melted, I'm going to add my cherries. Some people will tell you to drain them. I actually don't. I like a little bit more juice. It makes them a little bit more like a chocolate covered cherry. So I'm actually going to add a little bit more juice to mine. I'm just going to add a little bit of splash of juice. This is optional if you guys don't want to. It might make you add a little bit more powdered sugar in the end, but trust me, I think it tastes a lot better. Okay, so we'll mix those up. Okay, so once our cherries are all in there, we want to work rather quickly because we are going to roll these out, so we want them to be able to dry on their own. So it calls for about 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. I put a little bit more juice in mine, so it might take a little bit more. You'll know the consistency of it once you start mixing it, because we're going to have to roll these in balls, so you want it to be able to be a little bit workable. So I have 2 cups in mine right now. I'm going to mix it, and then we'll add some more. So once it gets to this point, it's a little bit stiff. There's 2 options. One, I've had done this before, just get a regular, like a 9x13, or it depends on how thick you want it. And just put it into a regular container, and then you can sprinkle coconut on top, or you can mix the coconut in here and then just cut it as a fudge. My nan used to roll them in little tiny balls, and then roll them in actual coconut. It's a little bit more difficult, and it's messy. It's really messy. But that's how she always did it, so I always kind of just done that. So you guys can put it in a container and be done with it once it dries. Or you can do it the way I'm going to. It's up to you guys completely. So I am going to put this coconut on here. Like I said, this is going to be a mess. And then I'm going to get some wax paper. I'm just going to lay wax paper down like that, and we're just going to roll them and then stick them on there. So we're just going to kind of get a blob. And then just kind of sprinkle coconut on them. Like that. She used to make them a little bit smaller, and then just stick them on the wax paper. And this is going to take a while because this batch actually makes a good bit. You definitely can cut the batch in half. But these are honestly my favorite. You guys must try these. They're so good. Like if you like chocolate covered cherries, these are like homemade, amazing. So I'm going to roll those and I will show you how many they make once I get back. Okay, so this made a good bit. Like I said, you are more than welcome to just use this as a fudge recipe. It works just as fine. Even if you don't want the coconut, you can just use it as a fudge. But I would highly recommend these. These are honestly one of my favorite cookies ever. They're pretty rich, but they are worth trying out. So now I'm making these for Christmas, but they would be really cute for Valentine's Day. You guys could dye the coconuts red or pink or whatever you guys want. Even for Christmas or anything, you can just dye the coconut. So I thought that would be a cute idea. So I am going to be doing a good bit of more cookies. So make sure you subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notified. I just started doing videos again, and I know a lot of my subscribers aren't getting notified. So make sure you hit the bell. Follow me on Facebook so you guys know what I'm doing. And I hope you guys had a Merry Christmas. This will probably be up after Christmas. But hopefully you guys had a great Christmas, and here's to the New Year's and another new year on doing YouTube videos. So thanks for the support. Thanks for watching, and here's to another year. You guys take care and be blessed.